Hey everybody, and welcome to the Strain After Show here on the theStream.tv Fan Show Network. We are live from Hollywood, ready to talk about this really intense episode of The Strain. My name is Sinead, and I'm joined by some pretty awesome people. We're all getting really excited to talk with you guys. Joining me here on my left.
Hi guys, I'm Stephanie Gray. Yeah, this was a juicy episode. I feel like they solved some stuff, but then they threw in some other random things to be like, oh, now you have to wonder about that. So I'm still confused.
Yeah, lots of information. Over here on my right.
It's me, Jonny McGovern, new to the show.
Yay!
Yay! Yes, I'm here with the ladies. It's very delightful. And yes, it was good. And I read the books, so I can tell these lovely ladies what's going on.
Yes!
He is.
Seriously.
He is our hookup. Like, he is full of information. I can't wait for you guys to pick his brain. It's going to be good. And joining us as well.
Hi everyone, it's Annie Graton over here, holding it up on the corner. And I like how this episode felt like a horror movie finally. Like it's finally picking up the pace, so I'm excited to talk about it. Here we go.
Yeah, definitely. I think that this was a very, very intense episode. And there was a lot being thrown at us, but all good stuff. I like when they give us a lot of information so we can start putting this puzzle together. And for me, I like that they're giving it to us really quickly.
Because there's a lot I mean, this is just literally the tip of the iceberg in the story. So they've got to like start, the tension is rising. And finally it's starting to get good.
It's starting to get really
especially
good.
because with this show, there's so much to the vampires. Like with other vampire shows, there's just like, oh, I'm a vampire. I can't go out during the day. Like I suck blood. Here, there's like 10 different characteristics to the vampires. So there's just so much to learn, and now we're finally getting to see it.
Absolutely.
And I feel like we just started trying to find out everything. And it's like an investigation, and we're like, what is happening to the survivors? But somewhere along the line, I was talking about this earlier, it's going to be a transformation, and then we're going to be fighting a war instead of investigating. And I like that now I'm realizing why they're suddenly telling us everything. They're like, well, we need to get to the part where we're killing the vamps.
Absolutely, and I agree with you. They are telling us a lot, and it started right from the beginning of the episode with Icor's putting on his big, like, his disguise, if you will.
Costume change.
Yeah, seriously.
Does that remind anybody of Mrs. Doubtfire? Because the entire time I'm watching that, I'm like, Mrs. Doubtfire, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Well, they made it sound like pleasant. They had like the pretty music in the background.
He was just like, and he was good. He had his blush.
He's got his like Ben Nye stage
That was definitely Dermablend because the vampire needs full coverage.
And you know, he knew what he was doing.
Absolutely.
We've been doing it for hundreds of years.
Hundreds of years since
Can you imagine how difficult it was in 1952 to put on your fake ears?
Yeah.
He
Probably
must
not
be so
looking this
happy
good.
these days.
These days, they make it really easy for him now, for sure. But I love that. I love that they started the episode that way. So we're just like, before I even had that question, because I felt that question like slowly brewing in my mind, like what do they do? Like how are they making this work?
Why does he not look
Especially,
like a vampire?
Why does he not look like the other vampires? Especially because we're like, oh, they lose their hair, they lose their teeth, right? And they're like, why is this guy looking normal?
Why is he so normal? Is he a human person who's helping them? And we know no. He ain't got a nose, he ain't got a ears, and he ain't got something else that we learn later in the show.
Wait, you guys.
Hilarious.
Why have we not seen, though, that weird
tonguey thing
come out of him?
Because he hasn't been feeding. We haven't seen him feeding
Doesn't he need to be feeding?
That's all happening off camera. He's sucking the blood of somebody. He's really giving it to him.
Yeah.
He's very evil, and that is what I like about the strain. The evil.
I
want to see more about the evil. I love the mythology that's going on, and when you start to really find out all the secrets, which I won't spoil, they are good.
Just spoil them a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll take a little bit of spoilers.
Yeah, no, it's getting really evil, and I like you said, that's what we like about it. That's why we watch The Strain, because we like the evil aspect of the show, and I like as well that we're starting to see those survivors really becoming these evil evil vampires. I mean, they're not normal in any sense of the word anymore. This episode, aside from the woman, we didn't see the woman, but the three other ones, the pilot, the nerdy guy, and
Gabe.
Yes,
Right.
the rock star. They're so scary.
Oh, the nerdy guy. I don't remember his name.
I know we were trying to
Dad. Who is
Dad.
the dad now?
tweet us,
too?
you guys. Tweet us who the
Somebody
nerdy guy
let
is.
us know what the name
Yeah,
is.
I just call him nerdy guy.
Nerdy guy.
I've tried to look it up too.
I know.
Not
There's so many cast members in this show. I'm like, neat, neat, and then the commercial breaks over, and then I'm just screwed.
Yeah.
I love it when he tries to take an aspirin. He's like,
I know.
I look terrible, and I want to drink blood. What should I? Let's take an
Yeah,
aspirin.
just
No,
whole
be
scoop.
fine.
And do
Whole
you
scoop.
think? Do you guys honestly think though that he didn't? I mean, I feel like he was in denial almost, but he has to know that he is really going through it.
Okay, can we talk about
Right?
that for a second?
Yes.
Yes, because first of all, he goes and decides to drink the blood from the raw meat
his
hanging
wife
out
is
in the
like,
kitchen, because that's a thing.
Honey, that was dinner. Like she's all pissed off in the
face.
corner of the kitchen. If I was his wife, my shit would have been packed and I would have been the hell out of that house. Are
Gotta
you
go.
kidding?
When your husband starts to drink the steak blood from the defrosted steak, and his teeth fall out, and he attacks your dog, he's a vamping. He's vamping. You got the strain, and you're dead, so
I'm
you
just
better
saying.
get out.
Yeah, she's like, go back to bed, honey. Go back to bed. No, send him out of the house.
Yeah, tell him, send him to a motel,
Yeah,
to
you see him
jail.
drinking blood.
Put him in a coffin under the ground, lock him in a cage, because you're dead, lady. You're dead.
I cannot. No, but you're right. Like, honestly, she's like, please go back to bed. But that was my first thought. If I walked in on my husband drinking the steak
The blood.
like, that is, first of all, that's disgusting. Like, I was drinking my Hubert's lemonade back there, and I was like,
I know. No one could keep it down.
no, and I was just
Kidding.
like,
But also-
oh my gosh.
But why did nobody notice the fact, like, she's like, oh, gross, my husband is drinking the raw meat that, by the way, we just have in the refrigerator, because most people keep uncovered meat.
Uncovered raw meat, bloody raw meat. That's probably really good.
Yum, yum. But moral of the
no.
story is, I didn't know that anybody saw the, like, weird tonsil-y things
Tongue
coming
thing.
out of it.
Yeah.
Tonsil-y things.
Is
For some
he
reason, like, there's, like,
"Oh,
external
what is
tonsils.
that? What is
Right?
in there? Why does my tongue feel like it's sucking blood?
Did he see it either?
I think he probably
I
doesn't
wonder
even
if he
seem to
knows.
know what's
He doesn't
going
know
on.
what's
Nobody
going on. That's
gets
what I was
it.
saying. Do you guys think that he's like in denial, or do you think he's literally like, he knows he feels different, but when he's in that moment, when he was drinking the steak blood, do you think that he has feelings?
Actually, I don't think that they do, because that ties into Gabe, the rock star,
Ooh.
because
Gabe
he
Boulevard,
seemed to
yep.
not care whatsoever that his entire penis just fell off. And he
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
I am a new man. And I was like, what is
I
I
will
know.
rock this.
That was some subtle,
Look at me.
sound editing going on
Oh my
because
God.
Yeah.
we see him peeing,
The
and
plop.
we all were sitting there watching and being like, his dick is gonna
Yes.
fall off.
Yes.
We all knew. We all
Because
knew.
I know from the books, the ears fall off, and we know from the beginning they ain't got no
Yeah,
nose, and if
yeah.
they got all those other extremities, other soft things are going the way of the vampire.
That
Just
was
like a
insane.
bloop, that was
Yeah.
the bloop heard around the world.
I know.
Yeah.
I think everyone's gonna remember that
It
clue.
was.
And then the flush, and
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
looked for the flush. They're like, wait,
It
do we
looks
see
like-
anything?
No, because they obviously can't show that on TV, so they show this like random brown thing going down, and I'm like, we all know.
Embarrassing.
It was his dick.
Thank you.
That was his dick, everyone.
Thank you.
If you didn't realize what it was, Gabe the rock star lost his dick.
Yeah.
And then
May it
people
rest in
started
peace.
tweeting.
Yeah.
Bye.
That was crazy. Like seriously intense. But I loved it. I love that they built it up throughout the whole episode. Because like you said, once he started going to the bathroom, we were all like, okay,
There it
we're
comes.
ready.
There
We're
it
freaking
comes.
ready.
Yeah.
All right,
been waiting
let's
for it.
switch gears a little bit and talk about Jim Kent. Let's talk about Jim
Oh,
Kent.
Jim.
His
Poor
character,
Jim.
I mean, right? Honestly, poor Jim.
I know, poor Jim. He
And-
thinks he's doing a good thing.
Yeah, and
But
I
he's
definitely
not.
think that his character is a good balance right now.
Yes.
Because he has a direct connection with the vampires, and we were talking about it backstage. We're saying he's literally made a deal with the devil.
Yes.
So when is all of this going to catch up with him?
I feel like, okay, you know.
Yeah. So
Stop
don't-
looking
no,
at me.
don't
I'm like,
say-
you
don't
know.
say-
But I kind of think that he is going to be mixed.
I was gonna say that's my prediction too. I think his wife is gonna make it. That's my prediction. I think maybe his wife will
Oh,
make it.
Yeah.
girls,
I wanna-
girls.
I really don't think they're going to
girls.
kill him. I don't think they're gonna kill him.
I think they will.
And
I think
it's
he's
like-
just a pawn.
I feel like he's a pawn.
I think that his
can you not give
character,
anything away?
his character right now, I think, is truly showing us how much power this vampire group has.
Definitely.
Because now we know that Eichhorst and the rest of the vampires were working with the guy who was transporting the coffin for him, right?
Right.
In exchange for his mom's immigration.
Yeah, Gus.
Remember?
Yeah.
Right.
Now we know he's working with Jim Kent in exchange for his wife's life.
Yeah.
Like
Huge.
we have to know that these vampires are literally saving this woman's life. So they cannot kill him off. They can't kill him off.
Well, but there's
He's
gonna
working
be
both sides. Like, how exciting is that? They can't kill him off,
I
Johnny.
think pretty soon everyone's going to know that something that Jim did pretty
Bad.
much screwed the world.
So
Yeah.
Jim has to play out is the moral of the story.
Yeah,
The
but-
thing
Okay.
is, I love him so much. He's so good at playing that though, because you still like, I can't hate him.
No.
I can't hate him.
Well, it's good really to see, we get to see how much power, like you were saying,
Yeah.
that the vampires have and how much control they have over so many things and how well planned
what I was
out
gonna say.
every step of this, what they have
Yeah.
evil plan that
Yeah.
they
they're
have is happening. They're organized.
Ooh, yeah.
Vampires
smart.
are organized.
Yes.
They had a list and they're checking it off.
I
And it's
know.
like Jim and his cancer wife, check.
And-
Yeah.
And the old, what's his name, and his immigration mama, check. We all know what to
They
do so
find
they can get
everyone-
over the river and up into the blood.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
and then-
but you were
yeah.
right. Jim screwed the world because he essentially was like, yeah, you're good. It literally was him and only Jim that allowed the coffin
Oh, yeah.
to leave there.
Because if they
yeah.
hadn't crossed the river, they couldn't have come into Manhattan,
Oh, yeah.
and then it wouldn't have worked.
The
Oh, yeah.
vamps find everyone's soft spot, I feel like. And that means they're not just like trying to intimidate people by being scary. They're really just like, oh, old guy has a failed liver, we should nail him. And then
Yeah,
they're like,
and they
oh,
know shit.
Jim's what? Like they're manipulative.
Yeah.
Like,
Uh-huh.
what are these
And
vampires?
I feel like they're always 3 steps ahead.
Yeah.
Like, or they went to Regis Airlines, and the suicide
Good,
with
I'm
the
glad you brought
guy.
that up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, now that was another big moment tonight.
Huge moment.
Is that, we know
Yeah.
the vampires are always trying to
Right.
distract from their evil plan. And they
Right.
know that the suicide of one of those high ups at Regis Airline take all the blame.
Right.
It's the way to go.
So
So
smart.
smart.
I
Yeah.
mean, because then now it just looks like he was guilty as hell. That's why he said. And it was how creepy it was when he first walked in. It was like, is there anything you want to say sorry for?
And he's like, whoa, whoa, what?
Eichhorst is I mean, aside from the guy playing Eichhorst being a phenomenal actor, his character is just so amazing in this series.
I secretly love him.
Yeah.
You saw it?
Yeah. No.
Once he puts
Are
his
you trying
makeup
to
on,
turn this
though,
into
let's
Once
be
he puts his
real.
makeup on, he's kind of cute. No.
Yeah.
I think he can get you Eichhorst's number.
No,
you
no,
can have a
no,
little
I'm good, I'm
date.
good, I'm
He'll
good.
take his nose off on
I'm good, I'm
Sundays
taken.
with you. He's like, baby, I want you to make me some blood, but let me just relax for a minute.
No.
Let me.
I want you to make me
You
some
should like
blood.
me as I am, all right? I don't need this.
That's hilarious. Okay, so kind of switching gears a little bit now that we've talked about all the exciting things. One thing that was driving me insane again was all the unnecessary, I'm sorry if you guys don't agree with me, all the unnecessary freaking family drama.
I knew you were going to go there.
I just cannot anymore.
What made you get that?
Like, his wife literally makes me want to claw my eyes because it just seems so weird that they keep putting it in the middle of this action-packed, intense, we're getting all this information, vampires, all this stuff, and then it's like, let's shift gears and go to a custody hearing. Like, I don't want to hear it.
Me for
I-
real.
Seriously.
I disagree only. I agreed in the beginning. I thought in the first.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were we talking
still
about something?
over
I thought it was the custody agreement again. Because I was getting sleepy.
Isn't it bad in the books also? Like.
Yes, I've actually
Okay. You
been
fast-
re-listening to the books because I like to read with my ears on the audiobook unabridged. And I was
That's
last
smart.
night listening,
Very
and I was like,
smart. Road
God
trips.
damn, the damn custody again. Just fast forward.
Okay.
But what I'll say now, I'll give a precursor that Guillermo del Toro has said that the movie, the books, I mean, the TV show is going to be different than the books.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this may not be
Thank
the case.
God.
They have to do all this stuff to let you know about the relationship with
Right,
the son.
right.
Character
Because some
development.
serious
Stuff is
stuff
gonna happen to
goes
this-
on.
Okay.
And we need to
Ooh.
know that he and the son have a kind of strained relationship
Right.
where the son is always wanting more from him because the son might be finding a darker father figure.
Oh.
What? Wait.
What?
Do not tell me that.
Oh my
the
God, you guys,
stepdad-
seriously? That I feel like I know what you're about to say.
Don't
and
say it.
I'm not going to say
Oh my
it.
No.
gosh, I already
But
connected
that
the
is
puzzle.
intense. And I love
stepdad?
I love that boy. I had a feeling, I'm like, there has to be a reason that they're making us sit through all this family stuff. But if the son has a sort of connection coming up with the vampires, I think that is amazing. So in that way, I guess I can forgive all of the family stuff. Because it's like, you're right. We do need to see that relationship.
See that part of the relationship
You have to get
so that
through
we
it.
know
Holy
why
shit,
it's so
Johnny.
high stakes.
I can't believe blew my mind.
I can't believe you just said that. I
ladies.
can't believe you just said that.
Unbelievable. All right, we have to keep going, even though literally, like,
I know, I'd like to talk more
I'm not
about
even
that.
here anymore.
I'd like to pick your brain.
But anyways,
Like a worm.
seriously,
Wait, don't
your brain.
strain me.
Johnny,
Don't you try to strain
we're
me with
gonna-
a strained finger.
We're gonna have a serious conversation after this. Let's go ahead and talk about my favorite character. I hope you guys agree with me, but it's Grandpa Abram.
Oh, I totally agree with you.
Abraham.
I love
Yeah.
Abraham.
Grandpapa.
Grandpapa.
I love him so much, you guys.
Me too. I would like him protecting me from the vampires.
I would.
And I
With
would
his
trust
silver
him.
sword.
I would trust him
Of
because I
course.
feel like when he was telling Nora, you have to kill all of them.
Yeah.
Do it. I
You
mean,
guys,
like,
he's the only one that has been through this
knows.
before
Yeah.
that we know of that's not a vampire. Like, he literally has been through this. I mean, he is the only one that knows the extent of how bad this could possibly be. And I'm just like, I think it's so good that they're playing it off like no one has believed him for this long, because how can everybody just believe him? It's almost like you're like, oh my God, you guys listen to him.
right? You just,
But as an
now they
audience
need
member,
him.
as an audience, like,
Yeah.
that's smart of them to do that, because
Yeah.
we're sitting here cheering for Grandpapa. Well, everyone's like trying to put him in jail, so.
Now
I
they
love
need him, and I love how Nora was like, oh, are you telling me you have to kill all of the people on the plane and
Right.
everyone they came in contact with? That's way too much work. I can't. No,
was good.
I don't. Perplexed look, and then he's
That
like,
was
"You're
good,
too
Stephanie.
young."
Yeah, I love that.
that was
You're
good,
not ready.
Stephanie.
But now we can also foreshadow, though, the fact that he had that list. I think that he's going to take this into his own hands, and he's going to go and make a visit. This is my sword, you guys.
All
Yeah,
90
Johnny's
years
gonna
of
get
that
old
silver
and
sword.
cane out.
Silver sword.
And he's going to go visit all of those families and take care of this himself, because he needs to know that he's got to do the right thing, which is essentially rid the city of all of those families.
I hope he has a car, because Abram can't be taking the subway to kill everybody
know
with the
sure
old
there's
walking
one
on a
weapon,
stick. And,
Yeah.
Come on now.
Maybe it's all
Where's
just
your
a
gun?
game. He's
Abram
really
and
good.
Nora
He's
need
really
to find
fast.
He's
to
really
get
fast.
together with him so they can start a killing.
Yes, I agree 100%. Well, hopefully that's what we'll see. Hopefully we'll see the three of them really start working together.
Yeah. And also, just to touch on that, it bugs me that that they're like, okay, so the government probably took away all of those bodies from the morgue. But they're like, okay,
That's fine.
leave it there. That's fine.
We're not gonna investigate
Where'd
that.
they go? The government took them.
Government took
government.
They weren't eating brains and stuff. No, not at all. They
Yeah.
didn't rip anyone's throat out.
No. And they found the guy's glasses on the floor.
Yeah.
Like, this
I know.
poor
I
morgue
know.
worker, because last week was the same damn thing. They did not go to the morgue until the last 5 minutes of
They
the
didn't
episode.
care.
Yeah.
They didn't
So
care.
it's like, why do they not care? Like, he clearly works for the CDC. He knows Nora and Ephraim personally. Are they forgetting that they found his glasses on the floor? Like, what do they think he's doing?
Doesn't he have a cell phone? Be like, hi, are you dead? Hey.
Doesn't the morgue worker have
Right?
a cell phone back there? I'm sorry, I can't answer you right now.
Yeah.
I passed away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
right?
it's just weird.
Right?
It's
I
just
was
weird.
ripped
Little
apart
sketchy.
alive. I was killed. I was ripped alive.
A little sketchy.
alive.
No
Yeah.
evidence. Little sketchy.
I mean, it's just, that to me is
I know.
still
No one
weird.
investigated. It is weird.
But I mean, that's like one of those things where I literally feel like they don't do that on purpose. Like, they're just having a hard time putting things into the episode. Like,
And
you
also
have to think.
timeline-wise, this is
see.
all happening in a very short period of time.
yes.
It's like 3 episodes for us, but this is really,
Yeah.
I don't know, just like 48 hours, 72
Yeah.
hours,
Okay.
something like that.
Okay. Well,
Remember
maybe.
the custody hearing was like a day, like yesterday
Right.
on the other
I
show.
know they
Right.
have busy lives on this
I mean,
show.
they're real busy.
They are
Ephraim's
very
really,
busy.
F is busy.
he's very busy, obviously, as we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too busy for his son.
Oh, poor F.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so before we get into we're going to speculate a little bit about what's to come. I kind of want to talk about one more thing. But before we get in, we just want to remind all of you guys to keep tweeting using #TheStrainAS. We're all on Twitter, and we can go quickly around since you're joining us for the first time, too.
Okay.
So we can go around and just tell you guys where you can find us. TheStrainAS is the hashtag you need to send us all your questions and comments. We'll be online all night as well, and for the rest of the week until next Sunday, answering all of your guys' questions.
All right.
What is so funny?
No, honestly, I just had a small burp, and then Annie saw it.
I think it's the strain. She's got the strain. Get her.
Guys,
Get her.
light.
She's got the strain.
Anyone have a blue
Look,
light?
Touch her nose. Touch
Oh
her.
my God, it's off.
Oh,
Ew,
crap.
imagine.
Your lady parts just fell on the floor. Oh, shucks. Y'all pick that up?
So your Twitter handle is.
I
I'm
cannot
keeping
with
it
that.
spicy just like the strain.
If my lady parts ever fell off, I will tell you right now, I would literally go hide in a cave.
You wouldn't be
somewhere.
all subtle like old Gabe the Rockstar.
No.
Like, hey, look at this.
He was like, ooh,
No.
I like looking like a Barbie.
That was a little weird, and I'm just saying I wouldn't be down with that. Anyways,
It would also be our boobs and not our.
this is true.
Because
And
that
would-
could fall off, right?
Right, and that would still result in me hiding in a cave somewhere, you guys. All right, Steph, tell everybody where to find you.
Okay, you guys, you can find me on Twitter and on Instagram, and it's Stephanie, like my name. L as in Lauren, Gray. And this is like one of my favorite parts of the show because we read these tweets all week, and I'm not kidding when I say I talk about things based off of your guys' tweets. Because I'm like, well, I didn't piece that together. Thank you, world, for cluing us in.
Yes, definitely. Mine, I'm also on Twitter and Instagram, and mine is just my first and last name at Sinead DeFries. Jonny?
You can find me on Twitter at GayPimp.
No.
Love it.
Yes.
Yes.
Love it.
Yes. You can also find me here on theStream.tv on my own show. Hey, Quang.
Yes,
I watched
I've
it.
checked it out. It's amazing, you guys.
Yes.
Annie, go ahead.
Yes. I mean, mine is just my name. At Annie_Graton.
Perfect. All right, so before we get into your questions, remember to keep tweeting #TheStrainAS. Let's just talk really quickly about the speculation that's going to start happening now after we saw all the rats leaving the city. Right?
Oh, yeah.
The rats are on to, they're in danger.
First of all, I saw the rats, you guys, and I was like instantly like, they're going to the master. And then
what I
thank
thought
God,
too, yeah.
And Johnny's like, no, guys.
They're getting out of the city.
They're getting out of town. I think the rats are like, you know what? This stuff is going down.
and
We
you
gotta
notice that-
go to New Jersey.
You notice that in a lot of like horror films and like big epic movies and stuff too, whenever something big comes to town or like something scary, the rats are the first to notice.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm getting up.
Yeah,
The
no,
I'm
rats
getting outta
can smell
here.
the stuff going on.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
let's get some cheese
They got-
and
yeah.
hit the road.
Yeah.
Well, and I thought that was really important. The exterminator said rats have a really keen sense of smell.
Yeah.
They do.
You know what? That's why that little girl got bit on the lip. I'd love to see, this exterminator is not just another person, you guys.
I like
I'm waiting
him.
for him to become really important. And right now he is the only one that knows, that saw what was happening. But I mean,
rats, yeah.
he saw 50 million rats. I would have been screaming. I probably would have shit my pants, let's be real. Because that's not one rat, you know, you're an exterminator, you have to go hunting for rats. Literally there was hundreds and hundreds and
yeah.
hundreds of rats all around him.
They also did like character development of him in
Yeah.
the very beginning. Remember, they showed him in his house
Right.
with his little gato,
Oh, yeah, I love
and he was
that.
like making breakfast. He's like, "Let's go hunt things," and I'm like, they wouldn't do all of that if
Yeah.
it wasn't gonna
No.
be
Yeah,
important
he's
later.
a big character
Thank you.
all throughout.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited
I really
for
like
him to start connecting, you know what I mean?
I
Start
really like
vibing
him.
with
I like
him.
his character a lot.
So
All
what's
right.
gonna happen though?
There's
for
little
real?
super friends coming together. You've
Okay.
met all the super friends.
18.
Oh, what? No, mine
Oh my
just
God,
blown.
Johnny, you seriously? Like, I cannot with all of this these giveaways.
I mean, you can tell that we've been knowing each of them
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah,
And they're all
And-
gonna band
and
together
there-
as an
there's
army.
something
Oh my
happen.
God!
I'm excited, you guys. I'm so excited.
That's
Okay,
good.
Why not
let's
predict
switch
it?
gears
That's
and see
good.
what everybody else is saying about the strain. #TheStrainAS. We're going to jump right into it. All right, this comes from @Trice Base Style. When is Newman going to die? He sold the whole world out. Newman.
Jim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is his last
Jim
name
I think
Newman?
it's Jim New. Oh, Jim Kent.
It's Jim Kent.
It would make.
But I
oh.
mean-
Is Newman from
shoot.
Seinfeld in the Strain? No.
No.
Gosh, you guys,
but
I'm sorry.
if that's who we're talking about, Jim Kent's character, when is he going to die? He sold the whole world out. We kind of talked about that a little bit. I don't
Apparently
think
he's
he's
not
going to
gonna
die.
die.
I mean, I don't think he's going to die. I just think his character is too important right now. He's a direct connection between the CDC and the vampires. But yeah, you're right. He sold the entire world out.
That's
We're all
sad.
screwed because of Jim Kent.
But okay, I know this is gonna sound really mean, but think about it. This is getting way too deep for the strain. But if you really thought about it, someone you loved a lot, I know it's like the world or this loved one, but not gonna lie, I feel like I would just be like, but I want my mom to live.
I know it's a little romantic.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're all gonna
Like,
die anyway if the vamps are in charge.
That's a good point. All right.
Yeah.
Why am I playing
Yeah.
devil's advocate? Continue. I'm sorry.
No, I mean,
Okay.
no, you're a girl. Like, I agree with it. I have that, you know, whatever.
I'd want my boyfriend to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. This one
Okay.
comes from @Jim_ready. How many more weeks is #The Strain going to tread water with people slowly becoming vampires and what? How can
Authority
I?
figures.
Thank you. Authority figures refusing to understand. I mean, okay, I understand what you're saying with the authority figures refusing to understand, but I don't think they're treading water anymore.
I mean, it's only been 3 episodes, right? So, I mean, now, at the end of this episode, like Jim, I mean, Ephraim and Nora
They all
saw
know.
what happened, and it was gruesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about that yet.
Oh yeah,
So-
that pilot is.
Oh, yeah, the pilot.
He's fully.
For a second, when you said pilot, I thought pilot episode. I'm like, we're in the third episode.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was a little confused too, but only because the pilot was literally unrecognizable. So like now they know that
They're turning into something that's bad. They know
Yeah.
that the survivors are transforming into something that is not a good thing
Very
and kills
bad.
people.
Right, and I will agree with you @JimReady. If they after this still refuse to hop on board, then it's literally going to be like, all right, like seriously, what else needs to happen?
Yeah, hopefully now Nora's gonna be like, oh hey, Abraham.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's that list.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, like,
Okay,
let's
sorry.
team up.
Yeah. So
Let you
about
know.
that,
About
I just
that,
wanted to say I'm
sorry.
sorry for not believing you.
Sorry for
Sorry.
being a bitch, but
Let's start
Exactly.
fresh.
there's been a lot of
Same
blood happening, and we need you back.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, exactly. All right, this one comes from @TrevinNoTakes10. Which one, Game of Thrones or The Strain? They're both very good.
Oh my gosh, I watch both shows.
That's a tough one, right?
That
I mean,
is
they're
really
different.
tough.
They're so different.
Do you guys all watch both shows?
I'm not a throner.
I've
either.
watched bits and pieces of it, of Game of Thrones, but I'm not a throner.
I would
by no
love
means.
if this got
I didn't
as
even know that existed. So
I didn't
that
even
just
know that
shows.
existed, but I'm definitely a throner.
Yeah.
If that's a word, I'm a throner.
I feel I just
love
made that up, but
Khaleesi.
I'm not a
So
throner.
which one then? Throner?
They are definitely really different, and we're
Yeah.
only 3 episodes in. So I mean, it's hard to compare right now.
She's
Right.
a throner for life.
I mean, I am for life. I'm
Yeah,
definitely a
that's
throner for
her
life.
trying to be nice and being like, I will never ever stop watching Game of Thrones.
I hope
True.
this gets as big
But
as
I
Game
hope
of Thrones.
exactly.
Like,
I
this
want
could be
this
a
to get
new
as
thing.
big.
Because
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
like such a great story
Yeah.
that
And
they
there's
so
have
much-
spread out. It's
Yeah.
gonna
Right.
go on for a while
Yeah.
if people really like
I'm
it.
excited to see like where this could go. You know?
Yeah, no, and I think that I talked about this a little bit when we first started doing the after show. Was the reason why I love The Strain so much is that there's a level of like intellect. Like you really have to think and use your brain. Like, and
have to
that's
listen.
nice. It's
Yeah.
not just your everyday vampire show. You know, they're using from the very beginning, the pilot, and they're talking about like chemicals and interaction between chemicals and just all these things, and the fact that it has a lot to do with the CDC and the government too. You can speculate about like potential conspiracy theories. Like I just love that they're really
digging
making
in.
us use our
Yeah.
brain.
They're digging.
There's
yeah.
some dense mythology going on with
Yeah.
this story.
Yeah.
and
Lot
it's
of
gonna be
symbolism.
Exciting
Yeah.
as it all starts to come out.
Yeah,
I want them to talk more about that though, because we see all these weird designs on coffins. We see these weird eclipse posters in the background, but they haven't really delved in yet into the mythology part and the
All I can say
astrology
is,
or whatever is going on.
ooh, bitch.
Yeah.
Ooh, bitch.
I'm so
Things
excited.
are coming.
Yeah, I am so excited.
Yeah. Me too. I'm really excited for
Especially
Yeah.
about the eclipse thing. I mean, we saw that in the airport. Remember, we were both like, why didn't they not explain it? But I mean, I love it. Okay, so a couple awesome comments really quickly. This one comes from Carrie, Gill, and One. Well, The Strain really doesn't hold back, does it? Another awesomely scary and gruesome episode.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I will 100% agree with
True
that.
that.
Good
Yeah.
job,
I
Carrie.
agree. They keep upping the gruesome level.
I know.
Which is cool. And
Bring
the
it on.
suspense this
Yeah.
time too. Like, can we touch on the little girl, the little French girl and her dad? And she
was
creeps around the
hoping
corner.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Oh.
She's
With
my
no hair?
number one
No
star
hair.
of this. She's good.
She is literally like,
Papa.
yeah.
Yeah, with creepy kid voices.
Baba.
Yeah, no, seriously, she reminds me of Samara from The Ring, like, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Or like the Grudge girl,
For
like,
real, though.
especially when she was in the tub, and I was like, shit, she's dead, and she's an evil
And
monster.
she's hungry.
Which when
She's
F went in
hungry.
that house the whole time, I was like, F, get out of the house.
Yeah, I
know.
knew nothing was
But-
gonna happen though. Like,
But
let's
thanks for
be
that
real.
phone call.
I was wondering about the dad, and this is going to sound silly because I think this question was obviously answered, but the dad is not turning into a vampire. So I guess these people.
We don't know that yet.
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know. But I was waiting for the dad to come out and be like, I've joined my daughter on the vampire team.
Well, I mean, Abraham did say that even all the family members of the victims and the survivors have to be killed too.
They
So-
go. The
Right?
vampires, when they're turned into a vampire, first go after their loved
Right.
ones.
Yeah,
And they.
we know that.
Yeah, but I don't know if they spread it to their loved ones or
Well,
they just
why
kill
why
them.
else would you have to kill the family members then? I mean, I think that that's what Abraham's trying to get.
That's true,
get at,
yeah.
you know.
Some people die, some people
Turn.
get strained.
Ooh.
Straight.
They get
Ooh, can we
strained.
start a hashtag with that?
Yeah,
Get
get
strained.
strained.
Get
Get strained.
Get strained. All right, one more comment,
Just
and
came
then
to the show and I made a hashtag.
Yeah,
Boom.
look at that.
Get strained.
We're all about the hashtags.
You're inaugurated.
Well, I did it.
Awesome. All right, let's go to one more comment, and it comes from @VixenVarsity. He flushed his dick down the toilet like it was a piece of shit.
Oh, there you go.
Couldn't have said
I'd
it
say
better myself.
never has anyone been more eloquent about tonight's episode than Dixon Varsity.
Yes, I think it's perfect.
Velocity.
Vixen Varsity. You're
And
a
you are
classy
absolutely
one.
right. He did. He flushed it so fast. We didn't even get to see it, which I was kind of bummed about.
Whoa.
Me too.
I mean, let's be
That's
real.
weird.
We were all
We all kinda wanted
searching
to see it.
real
I know.
hard in that water trying to find
We
that
did.
dick.
You
But,
all know you did. You all know you
I'm gonna
kind of
bring
wanted
y'all
to
some
see
all
it.
know
aqua
you
glasses
rewound it
next
and paused it.
episode,
Yeah.
just in case you need to zoom in.
You know, we do have DVRs, so
We do
we'll
have
take
DVR.
we'll take advantage of that next time too. All right. Well, this was an awesome episode. I think we can all agree. Lots happened. A lot of character development with the vampires and the survivors. I'm only even more excited for next week.
Yes.
I can't wait for episode 4.
Episode
Yeah.
4. Can you believe it? We're only 3 episodes in, and we have this much to talk about.
That's right.
Get strained.
Get
strained.
Oh my gosh, this is how we should end the show. On Pretty Little Liars, we end the show like doing a Pretty Little Liars thing.
Yeah,
we
I
should
like
end
this.
this doing Get
But you guys have to teach
Strained.
it to me because I'm just pretending like I know what the hell you're doing, but I really don't.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's like a
yeah.
hashtag. A hashtag.
Oh,
The
duh.
Hashtag. Okay.
All right.
Oh, this is so
Anyways,
fun.
very cool, Johnny. All right, guys, we will catch you all next Sunday. Keep tweeting using the hashtag #TheStrainAS. We're going to be online as soon as we wrap up here so we can get to more of your questions and comments. And we're really excited to keep hanging out with you guys, so we'll see you next Sunday. Are we going to count it off or
Yeah,
what?
for sure. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
On the count of 3?
Yeah.
Mhm.
1,
2,
2, 3.
Get strained.